Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, sir, you are audible.
Cool, cool, cool. How are you doing today?
Fine, sir.
Good, good. So welcome to the very first session of our learning series. So let's get started. So today, just other than this, like we'll discuss a few more things that we'll be following from today. And at the end, like we'll go through the first session for this learning series. So most of you guys here like are students, like you're in your third year of your college or fourth year of your college. So you'll be like stepping into your professional career soon. Like you'll get started working with top MNCs and other companies across the globe. So like this is the space where you'll be making the transition from a student to the professional. So this particular internship is built for that. So there are two learning paths basically. So one is software development and other one is the AI thing. So for the software development part, like we have built our own learning platform where you'll be provided the resources to learn everything that you need as to become a software developer. And for the AI trainings, like we'll be conducting a set of live sessions throughout the months. Like it will be bi-weekly or one session every week. So through that you'll be getting good exposure. Like all that you need to learn, like it will be provided to you throughout this internship. So like let me just go walk through for the platform. So this is the platform basically. So right now you guys don't have the access. So once so probably the start of next week, like we'll start onboarding every one of you to this platform. And you will get all the access to to the learnings, and we'll also have some projects that you need to do. So we'll be validating those. Let me just show a sample of how it is. So this like we have primarily like split it into 4 weeks, but you can take some more time if required for like the basic HTML, CSS, GitHub. You also have some projects which you need to complete, and like these kind of things. We have provided all the resources that you need. Also, like we'll be having weekly sessions at on Saturday or Friday, Saturday or Sunday. Like it will be varying a little bit, where you all of you will be getting all your doubts clarified. Like we'll be assisting with whatever you need. So yeah, like there is a leaderboard functionality here. So this is the platform basically. We'll be providing you the access to the platform the next week. Yeah, so as discussed for the artificial intelligence track, we'll be having weekly sessions, most probably on Wednesday of every week to get through. And yeah, so make sure you build. So this internship is basically like you'll be getting all the things that you need to learn, and also you'll be working on projects parallelly. So this way, what happens is like even though you go through hundreds of videos or hundreds of lectures or thousand Udemy courses, like unless and until you don't work, like you won't be having the experience that you need to get. So here, what we are planning is like we'll be right now, like we provided you the learning platform where you'll be learning the full stack development related things, and there'll be learning sessions where you'll be learning the AI, and also like you'll be assigned to projects like that. Again, like it will be done in the next week. You'll be assigned to mentors. You'll be assigned to specific projects. Groups will be created for that, and everything will be handled throughout. So while doing this learning and building it parallelly, you'll be getting some real world experience straight away, and this will help you make your profile a more stronger one. So yeah, like this is one thing that we need to mention. Like if you commit fully, if you're able to do all the things that we give, and if you take initiative and complete all the projects, all the learnings and everything that we give here, this 6 month internship will push you somewhere around 2 years experience of 2 years of real world experience. This is something you can think of when you start working on this. And yeah, so we want to mimic a big corporate culture here. Like instead of like they're just regular chats and regular calls, like we are going forward to a few set of platforms like Pumble and Plaky. Like Pumble is similar to Slack, if you know. So this will be our mode of communication. This again, like you'll be onboarded in the next upcoming weeks. And again, Plaky is a project management tool where all your tasks and assignments will be added there, and you'll be picking the tasks and providing updates and everything related to the projects. You'll be doing it there. So as a company, like we are expecting you to respect each other's time, people, and the processes. Feedback is good. Like growth is the goal. So yeah, like I mentioned, like Pumble is the communication platform that we are using. Like in the upcoming weeks, you'll be getting the invites through which you can join. And Plaky will be for our project management tool. And yeah, hierarchy. So basically, like here at the company, like we don't believe in hierarchies. Like you are allowed to reach out to anyone and talk to anyone if you have any doubts or if you have any, if you face any issues, like you can always reach out to any one of us in the team. So basically, how we are planning to do is like there will be projects and there will be project leads, which will be picked from one of the interns who's working. Like based on your work and based on your feedbacks, you'll be given the role of the project leads. And there will be regular mentor sessions and review sessions. Like there will be code reviews and everything. And again, like there is the core team, like which will be us. Like we'll be taking care of all the projects and make sure that everything goes in progress. And yeah, so for reporting, like we just mean that it's still mentorship and you're not pushed or you're not pushed down the hierarchy or anything. So take ownership of everything, every task that you give, like every project you worked on, like take responsibility and like commit yourself fully to the project so you learn it and you learn to deliver good projects and also you build a very good profile for your future too. So here we prefer progress over perfection. So everything that you do need not be 100% perfect. Perfection is a myth. So we'll make sure to do more progress than rather focusing on your perfection. And also like here, like you won't be as added as individual contributors. You'll be working together as a team. So make sure you collaborate and grow faster. So based on the work you do here, like you'll be so here you're starting as an intern who's come to learn and work on things. So once you learn things, you'll be becoming a good contributor. Once you become a good contributor, you can become a lead and mentor like other few interns who are even more earlier in their career stage and everything. And this way, like you can become an industry ready professional. Based on these tasks that you do, the learnings, the projects that you do, and everything, like you can aim for top MNCs and high paying roles that after your college is done, or like after the internship is done right away, possible. Also, like possibly, like if we grow as a company, if we do all our tasks on time, if we could deliver all the projects with very good quality of code and very good meeting all the deadlines, like if we grow very well, like you will be possibly hired as part of the core team here again. So another thing is like at the end of the internship, the best performers will be recognized and appreciated on our official LinkedIn page. So this is again something that you can look out for. So yeah, so this is the basic intro of what we wanted to say. Another thing is I wanted to say is like make sure to join all the meetings on time. Like we'll give you a buffer of 5 minutes. Like after that, we'll just get started. Like if the meeting is at 7 p.m., they request you to join before 5 p.m. and no more delays are expected. Also, so every task that you give, like we expect you to manage to complete every task on the deadlines without any fail. Um, so basically, this is it. So if you have any questions, you can let me know right now. Any questions, team? Okay, I'll take it as a no. So let's get started with the A topic. I'll just use another slide. So for those of you who doesn't know the team, like this is the core team basically. So this is Guru Prama. He's the CEO and co-founder of GetSetAI, and this is myself, Sai Kumaresh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the company. And this is Sabari. He's the CTO and co-founder. And Jayashree is like she'll be the project delivery head for all the projects across our company. So all the interns, all the project leads, like you'll be reporting directly to her. So if there is any delays, like you're responsible to mention it to her early in stage. So let's get started. So what are AI models? Like any idea you have in AI models, like you're open to say anything. Like whatever you know, you can just say. Anyone? Okay. So basically, like what's the difference between Chat GPT and AI? Like anyone, I want anyone of you to answer this. Anyone knows what's the difference between AI and Chat GPT?
So ChatGPT is a large language model, and AI could refer to anything that's been trained on data.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's nearly correct. Anyone else? Come on, guys. It's better to be open than to be correct. You can just say any answer that you have in mind. Like being wrong is not a bad thing. Only Arun knows what A is. No one else knows. Finn has mentioned A is a broad category. ChatGPT is a tool built by OpenAI with several elements. Yeah, that's the perfect answer. So, so basically GPT. Like, so if you take a OpenAI, just a yeah, so basically like GPT and ChatGPT. So GPT is the family of AI models and LLMs, and that is the brain of the AI, which is doing all the computation, which is doing all the logics and everything. So GPT, like there are a variety of GPT models: GPT-3, GPT 3.5, 3.5, 4.0, 4.55, and everything. So these are models, like these are like versions of Android. Like these are versions of similar to Android 8, 9, 10, 11. Like there are versions of these AI models which improve over time based on the parameters and based on the trainings that they go through. So this is primarily the brain of the AI. So ChatGPT is just an interface through which you use all these models. So like so if I guess like everyone here is using ChatGPT. So if you see here like ChatGPT 5, like this is the model that we are using. Like this ChatGPT interface is the web interface of it through which we access all the models. So basically, these are some of the models that are some of the famous models that are available. Like one is GPT 4.2, 4.0, like there is DeepSeek, Claude, Quen, Amazon's Nova, Grok, AI, Mistral. Like these are some of the big models that we are using. Other than this, like we have Olama and everything. So this is how like AI is represented. So inside AI, artificial intelligence comes machine learning. Inside machine learning is basically like finding patterns in data. So with that patterns, like we can predict something. So that is what machine learning primarily is. Neural networks is a more advanced way of training training the software based on the data, which has led to artificial intelligence as of now, which we are using all together. And under this comes the generative models. So A is different from Gen AI. So we have AI. So AI was the first thing that came up, which started this revolution. Then we got ChatGPT. So ChatGPT comes under the Gen AI circle. So what is Gen AI? Is generative AI. So what it does is like based on the inputs you give, it starts generating some content. So if you would have seen like every word in the response that you get in ChatGPT like comes next. So what happens there is so all these AI models are like more or less similar to neural networks. So it mimics the neurons in our brain. So it has some weightages like for example, like what is HTML. So if you take this as well, like for after what like HTML is not gonna come. So after what is the possibility of is coming is more higher, right? So after what? like is has more weightage and HTML has less weightage. So what it does is like after what like it goes to S. So so this way like all the chat is getting generated to you like that. That's how like AI works primarily in this Gen AI thing, in particularly in ChatGPT and every other model is so DeepSeek and everything. Like this is how it's finally working. So another thing is like there are LLMs and SLMs. So LLM means large language model. That is it's GPT-4, GPT-5. These are the large language models. And there are small language models. Like the difference is if you take ChatGPT, it does everything that you can ask. You can ask it to write a song. You can ask it to write code. You can ask it to create image. You can do a lot of things with large language. So what happens is like they train the model with very huge data and very huge parameters and everything. So here the so if you take a file, it's like the size is factor, right? So similarly for models, it's the parameters. So there are billion models, like 3.5 billion models, 3.5 trillion models. These are the scales at which these models are trained. So if you take LLMs, like these are trained on very huge data, like tons of petabytes of data that's being used to train. So it's a long training time. The training data is extensive and also the high parameter one, which is what I said exactly. If you take small language models, so small language models are for specific thing. So if you take one SLM means like it will just do text to voice thing. It will just do creating images. It will just create presentations. So so these models are like very fast, very small, and very specific to a task that is given. So this way, like the training data is very less, the training time is short, the parameter count is also lower. So next thing is prompt engineering. So anyone knows what prompt engineering is? Anyone?
Optimizing the prompt given to the AI to get the best possible result out of it.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, like there is an guide that OpenAI shared to the internet. So if you see here, like this is a guide. This is a guide to building agents. Like what is an AI agent? Like this is a guide that is released by OpenAI directly. So here they mention what is an agent, like when to use agents, like this one. Like this is a very good thing that all of you need to read, like to understand, like when we should use AI and when should we not use AI. So there is another guide which is they released for prompt engineering. So I'll just share the links of this over the chat later. So this we'll just discuss what are the best practices for writing a prompt. So let's just discuss the 6 core strategies that OpenAI has provided. So write clear instructions. So if you need to do some task, like we need to be very specific and very much detailed. So provide reference context. So like we need to explain the prompt, like what needs to be done and why we are doing this. So split the complex task into smaller tasks. So if you take like us, like we can be, if we are given multiple tasks, like if we want to handle multiple things, like even humans are bad at this multitasking. It's similar. It goes the same for AI. So if you give it multiple tasks in a single prompt, it might forget or it might lose track over the time, and only a few tasks will be done. To make sure the tasks are very smaller compared to giving it in a dump, and give time to think, like allow the reasoning process. Like there are multiple options for think longer or deep research or things like this way, like the answers that we get are more refined. Also use external tools, like so in ChatGPT right now, like there is an agentic mode which creates a particular term browsation for you, and it can do all the things, like also like you can attach your Gmail, attach your Google Drive and everything. So these kind of things again will help smoothen the process. So test systematically. So this is for building the AI, like which we'll discuss later. So yeah, so this is the best practice. So this is how we structure the prompt. So identity. So first, what we do is like we give it a specific role. So if we take like you want to write a code, you need to do a college project with AI. Like so, what you need to do is like we'll give it an identity. So it'll think like a person that is. If you're gonna write a poem, if you're gonna write a song, you need to ask it to think like a singer, or think like a music writer. So if in case of us, like we need to ask it to think like a software developer, like an expert software developer who's very good at what it does, or you can give it the stack, you can give it the engineering expertise or the field that it needs to do. And then the instructions come. So the instructions should be the how much ever the instructions are clear, like that's how good the response you'll be getting. So simply giving it like build a to-do list tab, that will give the result, but it will not be what you expected. So you will have some specific ideas in mind. You will have some specific designs in mind. So these things should be given to it. So be specific about the desired actions, like set a goal, set an boundaries and limitations. So setting boundaries and limitations is like it should not take in like multiple types of things. Like if you want to provide a checklist, like you can specify like what it needs to go and like where it should not go. And like giving examples is an again is another way to improve the response. So if you know like if it's a code like if you take any coding platforms like Read Code or anything, they give us these samples. So this is the this is the expected provider input. This is the desired output. So those things again you can give it to it. So based on this also like it will make the thinking more efficient. And also the context. So why you're building is like this is a college project. This is to showcase my skills in React, or it should showcase my skills in Python. So based on that, it will build the tool in Python or like it. So these kind of things, like you should be specifying it in a more precise way. Like this way, like the result you get will be a far better thing. So what we basically do is like you might think like writing this. So when we need AI to build us something, like if you wanted to build any project or any page or any particular task or thing for it. Like we take some time, we understand the requirements, we write the prompt for a few minutes, like we take some time to refine it, only then we'll be starting the work. So we expect you to do the same. Don't skip the prompting thing, like don't like try fix this, fix that. Don't do like that. Like explain the issue, explain what you're expecting, like explain, give it all the context it needs, and only then the response will be better. So AI agents, like anyone aware like what AI agents are? Anyone, anyone can. Okay. So AI agents are basically like there are a lot of automation tools that we do, right? Like we sending a reminder, sending an OTP. Like these things are some automations that we are previously using. So now with AI agents, like we are able to automate a lot more things right now. So we have customer care services which are automated right now. Like so instead of this yes or no, like if we call Airtel, like it asks us to press a button, one for this, two for that. Like instead, like we are if we integrate AI into that, like the customer service experience will be getting a lot better. So instead of just like giving it yes or no option, it will quickly resolve all the issues and everything. Next is healthcare support. Like it can analyze medical data, like it can suggest some diagnosis, like these things. Like what it can do is like it can speed up the process. Like if there are 100 patients coming into an hospital, a doctor can't sit down and check everything in every detail and will with every more attention throughout the session, fixing all the things. So with AI, like we can automate it to some extent where it will give the direct diagnosis of what the reports should give. Like if you take a full medical report or blood test or anything, like it can give us some analysis with which the doctor can finalize the result. So next is business process automation. So managing documents, like you would have multiple documents, multiple Excel sheets from which you need to get data. So these kinds of things, like things we can automate it way right now. And education assistance. So we can like create AI generated questions for assessments, and these kind of things can be done. Personal productivity. So like there are multiple rules that have come. Like AI systems have evolved a lot, right? So now we can build a tool that is like Jarvis, which we saw in like. So these kind of things can be done in creative tasks. Like again, like AI has come a lot better from 2022. Like 22, like it couldn't even create a proper video. Now it's creating like thousands of dollars of VFX content it's creating right away in $100 or $200. So that's how powerful AI has become with creative tasks. So basically, like what an agent really is, like it's a software program that can perceive its environment, make decisions, and take actions autonomously. So till now, like the take actions part was very complex thing since like we didn't have this much intelligence. We take this image like so the input is an ME document, next is a code editor. NLP queries like it will be connected to an LLM. So the agents will be connected to any model that we give and any ML model specific for like prediction or like weather prediction or anything and the task output. So these are the like integrating all these the inputs, the code executing platform, the models and everything is what an AI agent basically is. So, the real example would be like instead of generating a travel itinerary. So with ChatGPT, like few months back, you could only generate the travel itinerary. If you're planning a trip for Singapore or Dubai, like we can just say like I'm traveling to Dubai for 5 days, like create a travel itinerary. So right now, like with this AI agent, like right now, like practically now you can do it with AI agents feature that you got in ChatGPT. So it will actually book your flights, hotels, and create your calendar events. So doing these things is what like agents are. So when and when not to use agents. So perfect for agents like complex context dependent decisions. Like if there are a lot of things that so if you take this travel itinerary example, like the prices change for hotels, the requirements change. Like it will be 4 people or 5 people. Some accept 4 people, some accept five, some are not available in the state, some are not pet friendly. So these kind of ideas all need some decisions to make. So we can use that. So this is an important part. So it's difficult to maintain rule-based systems. So primarily, like most of the automations that we see in the internet, it can be done through simple if else and case switch statements. So for those things, like we need not go for AI agents. We can do it directly with the code. And another thing where agents are strong is processing unstructured data. So if we have all the data in Excel, so you want to prepare metrics like how many students had got 80% plus or how many students have got 40 less than 40%. So these getting it from a structured data is very easy. So for there we need not go for a there we can do it directly with the code. So if this data is very unstructured, so for example, like again the travel booking app, like you go through multiple booking platforms to multiple stays to multiple flights to multiple platforms and you make a decision. So this is a very unstructured data. So that's where AI agents shine. Multi-step workflows require reasoning. Task requires adaptation and link. So if we build an AI agent for some task, initially it will suck. For the first 2 months, it will suck at that thing. It will not give better results. So once it gets trained, once it gets familiar with the task, that's when the agent starts shining. So not suitable for agent, like simple predictable automations. So basic things we need not go for an AI agent thing. And rigid rules are sufficient. So basically, if we can put some rules and put some if else statements, that is fair. Then real-time critical systems like 100% reliable. So right now, AI is not like 100% reliable. So there are you could see like 2025 2026 World Cup who won it's saying CSK, like those kind of errors come. Like so basically like now AI is trained on particular data and it's good only on those particular data. So we can't 100% rely on the results of AI. So it should be checked and validated thoroughly. Tasks with clear unchanging procedure. So if the task is very clear, if it's straightforward, we need not use AI. So this is what again it's getting repeated. Yeah. So basically, these are the three components of an AI agent. So one is the model that will be acting as the brain, that is the LLM or the SLM. Second is the tools, the arms and legs, the external software, APIs, database. So if you want to build a personal assistant, an agent which gathers all your mails, checks all your WhatsApp messages, and gives you the itinerary for like the things that you need to do for a day. So the brain is the A model. So for example, we'll take the OpenAI's ChatGPT 5 model itself. And for the tools will be the WhatsApp API. If you connect it to WhatsApp API only, like it will be able to access the WhatsApp or chats and everything. If we connect it to Google, like only then it will be able to access all the mails that you get. So this is the tools. And third is the instructions. So how you want to process it, like what is the result you need? Like so the prompt, the instructions are basically the prompt that you give is how the agent will work with all these data and all these brain. So these are the three primary components of an agent which you need to think. So there are a few types of agents, like simple reflector agents. For example, like react to immediate conditions. So for an automatic sprinkler system, is like it can predict the weather. It will see the weather, or it will see the weather forecast. If it thinks it will be very hot tomorrow, like it can start the sprinkler. So those kind of very easy decision making things, like that is called simple reflector agents. And there are model based agents. So using internal memory as well, historic data. So, and the third one is a goal-based agent, which plans to achieve specific objectives. So route planning for delivery optimization. These are some examples. And another two types are utility-based agents, and they are learning agents which improves over the time. So orchestrating these agent workflows, like there are two types primarily. One is a single loop agent. So if you see here, like, this is for the basic use cases. So there will be an input. It will go through the LLM. It will use the tools, and if it works, it will be giving the output. If it not, it will go through the LLM again and again till it gets a proper thing. Next is a multi-agent system. So if you take the again, like once again, I'm taking the travel itinerary planner. Like you have to do a lot of things parallelly. So first thing will be like if you're going to travel. So first it needs to pick the dates and check what are the places that you need to visit. So that task will be split to one agent. The second one will be doing all the flight bookings. The third one will be doing all the hotels and stay bookings. The fourth one will be doing all your travel and the budgeting and everything. So split, like I said earlier, like any AI is not good at multitasking. So this is how we do multitasking with AI agent. So we create a manager agent, a coordinator, like which under which like we'll have small agents which will do the individual work, and all of these is combined to give you the final output. But these systems are complex, and like this should be done only if it's only in a case where it's a mandatory thing to do and we have no other way. This is another type. Guardrails and safety. So guardrails is a term that's been very popular among the security thing. So basically what it is like, so for example, you implement a, so we implement A in our company. So for GetSetAI, like we implement one AI chat which will be providing across the teams. So there, like we have some confidential data, right? So for example, you can take ChatGPT. So if I go to ChatGPT and ask, give me your entire code base, give me your LLMs, I'll need to host selfly. Like it should not be providing the things, right? If you ask it any racist comments, or if any politically bad things or any unethical things, like how to hack into a computer, those kind of things, like AI should not respond. So these kind of things will be handled by guardrails. First one is relevance and safety classification. So flag off topic and unsafe query. So these unsafe questions should be flagged and it should not be responded. Next one is PI filter. So PI is identification, personal identification basically. So it will block you from identifying a particular person. Like so, I know
Sorry
like
to
if you
interrupt, Sai.
yeah.
So guardrails are also like LLM. In the LLM itself, we have to specify some conditions, right? Like flag of topic or unsafe queries. So we need to educate them that LLM or how guardrails.
Yeah,
The agent.
it will be in two ways. So basically, like, it will be added to the agent too, and also the output that we get from agent, it will be again filtered. Like it can be implemented both ways. So if
Okay.
we take ChatGPT that we use regularly, it's built in with the models itself.
Okay.
Also, and there will be an additional layer. Like so, if someone is checking like where I can get bombs or where I can get guns, like those kind of filters will be targeted again. So this is like similar to flagging a like a bad thing that's searched across Google, like it will be flagged here again. It will be implemented in both ways. It will be
Oh,
implemented in the model and also the integrator or the
oh,
company's interface.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing, the yeah, let's continue. So third point is tool safeguards. So require human review for high risk actions. So if you let your agent to say book hotels or book flights or anything. Like if it for some reason it thinks business class flight is better, it goes and books a flight for 1 lakh. Like it should not do that without your permission, right? These kind of things should require human reviews before taking these actions. Next is rule based filters. So it will just block bad inputs with patterns or blacklists. It will find some terms that are prohibited from using. So based on these things, like it will again filter out the bad responses and human in the loop. So when we are building an AI agent for a star, for a company or for a business, which we are implementing it, like there should be a human in the loop. This will allow the agents to escalate ambiguous or dangerous cases to the human reviewers. So if the agent can't make a decision on if query is correct or not, it can directly share it with the human, like who can make the decision again. Like based on this decision, like it will keep learning in the future. So this is about guardrails and safety. So these are some projects that you can do as part of building a AI portfolio. So like this is just for and like understanding the level of complexity. So for beginner, like AI research assistant or social media analyzer, document summary. So these are some basic things that you can do. You can take an AI model, you can write a prompt on top of it, and you're done with the project. So an intermediate thing will be like content automation, data dashboards, expense tracker. These kind of things will be an intermediate project that you can do. Advanced projects will be like multi-agent systems like market alerts, say project management managers, business cycle, these kind of things. So for you, like you'll be working directly in the projects that we will be assigning to you. So like you don't need to worry much about it. So like these are some few free resources that you can take use of. So for at least the Perplexity Pro is free for 1 year, like which you can redeem from Apple Thanks app, so that you can use. This is the pro version of like this is equal to the ChatGPT Pro, which costs around $20. So this is something that you can use. Again, like if you don't cancel the subscription, like they'll charge the 17,000 your next year's bill. So make sure that you're careful with it. And Google AI Pro is student offer. So like Google AI Pro is another expensive subscription, which is around 20K per year. Like this is free for all the students. Like with your college IDs, you can get it for free. Like this gives you access to Gemini Pro with deep research, 2 TB cloud storage. It'll gives the access to VO3, Google's Nano button, and all the top models from Google's pack. You will be getting access to it. Again, the last day is around like another 2 more days are left with this. So make sure to wrap it up early. Like again, together AI credits and Google AI Studio, which is already free for all these people. So basically, like these are the things that I wanted to share with you. Yeah. Any questions you have, team? Like any questions you have? Like all good or no? Okay, so I'll just summarize like all the things that we discussed today. So after the session, like next week, like you'll be onboarded to the training platform. You'll be having all the resources for the software development track. Again, for the software development track, like every weekend in the Friday, Saturday, most probably it will be on Saturdays. Like it may vary. Like it will be informed to you. There you can ask all your queries and doubts that you have for the things that you learned throughout the week, and it will be answered for you to make progress in your learning. The second thing is the AI part, where we'll be having regular weekly sessions on which we'll be teaching you a lot of things related to AI. So this again, like there itself, you can at the end of the session we'll have a Q&A session where you can ask all the questions and everything. And another thing you'll be doing is like parallelly, like everyone will be onboarded to new projects. So you'll be assigned a mentor, you'll be assigned a lead, and you'll be start working on these projects. So combining all these three, like you will have a very good learning exposure, very good practical experience. Hello, Punidan.
Sir, sorry, sir.
Yeah, if you, hello. Okay. Yeah, so these are the three things that you'll be doing. So make sure to give it your 100%. Like I mentioned, like if you put your fullest efforts and do all the things that we share with you for the next 6 months, you'll have a practical experience of a 2 years experienced software developer guy right now. So that is an assurity that we give to you. And other than this, like I'll just share this documents which we refer. Yeah, so that other than this, like the communication and project management platforms that we'll be onboarding you in the next upcoming 2 weeks. Once that is done, like that will be our official communication platform. And Google Meet will be our official meetings link. So make sure you attend all the meetings without fail. If you're not able to attend it, like we need prior information from all of you. Yeah. So that's it. Team. And if anything else, like we can discuss or we can wrap it up.
So I have a doubt.
Yeah, yeah. This is Puneet. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. So, what do you think about AI? Like, it's influencing many areas. How do we equip ourselves to get placed or get selected in any internship or our final interview sessions?
Okay, great. So you currently are in the third year of your college, right?
Yes, sir. Fifth
Oh,
sem is going to.
okay, cool, cool. So basically, like there are few things that you need to learn, Fluent. So like there are multiple, software tracks across like data engineering, data analytics, data scientist, software development, and Salesforce development. Like there are a lot of things that you can explore. So we are taking the most stable things, and we are training you there. The first thing is software development. Like even though AI is coming and AI is integrated to everything that we do, software engineers will be still there. Like so, there is a jobs report that comes every decade. So it will come every 10 years. So in 2015, it predicted that digital marketing would be a very big thing in the next 10 years. So that's what happened really. So there they will tell you like which jobs will the demand will increase, for which jobs the demand will decrease. So software development, like AI engineers, like data science, like these things are still at the top. So software development will still be relevant, but the standards will be more higher. So writing HTML, CSS won't help you clear all your interviews. So that is where the learning series comes. So you'll be learning from the basics, from HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You'll be learning GitHub. You'll be learning Node, React. You'll be learning Python. You'll be learning everything. So that will be the base for all the interviews and all the applications that you do. Like everything, like this will be the base. So once you know the core, only then you'll be able to build a very good software. So the second thing is AI. So AI is very new and the learning platforms, and the reason why we didn't provide you a platform for AI is like there is a lot of things changing and it's very quickly changing. So if we give you a resource now, it will be outdated in the next 6 months. So that is why like we plan to do a learning series instead of providing you resources. Of course, like we'll be sharing you some resources that will be relevant, but yeah, primarily it will be through the learning series. So this way you'll be equipped with both software development knowledge and AI related knowledge. The knowledge part of it is done. So the third thing is the thing that matters the most, the practical experience that you have. So here, like you'll be assigned to projects for you. So the initial project that you get will be a smaller project. It will be less than a month or two. Once you finish that, based on your performance, you'll be put into a bigger project where you'll be doing a lot more things. Like only those things you can do only if you can complete the tasks you get in the first project. So this may vary to some extent, but this is how we are practically planned everything. So by doing all these projects, like these projects, you can add in your portfolio. So if you go for an interview, like what they expect from you is like they'll see the degree that you've done, the marks you gain. Like this will take a very small portion of selecting you or not. So if you take any job applications, like they will put a initial screening criteria. So you should have more than 80% marks or 70% marks. That is to filter out a large number of people. So that's up to you to clear your exams and get good grades in your college to break that filter. So the next part will be like they'll be going through the projects that you've done. They will go through the things that you've done. Like if you take, if you write blogs, if you've done multiple, like presentations, you've done multiple projects, if you've done a lot of internships. So if you have any prior experience, so these kind of things is what makes yourself unique. So here we are giving all the things that you need. Like at the end, like also like you'll be having some. I guess it's mentioned earlier. So you'll have a LinkedIn profile building workshops, or we can have it earlier if needed. Also, you'll have some resume building workshops. For resume building, right now, like you should have a lot of projects and you have a lot of learning experience to build. So that can be done only at the last. So by doing all these, like you can definitely clear a good job for them. Hope I answered your
Thank you, sir.
question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anyone else? Team, asking questions is important. Like if you don't ask questions and stay quiet, won't you won't go anywhere. Even if it's silly, like you can ask. Here to answer, we have 6 more minutes, and let's use it to the fullest.
Sir, like my final thought, am I right? Could you suggest me, sir?
Not getting you, Puneet. What were you
Like,
asking?
now what I think is that AI won't take a job, but someone using AI will. Is it right, sir?
Yeah, exactly. That's what like Sam Altman
Yes, sir.
said, right? So basically, like
Thank
what
you.
happened is, yeah. So basically, like in 2000s, there was a that was the early stage of computers. So when computers came, oh no, not this. Like when calculators came, like there was a protest done by mathematicians saying that these calculators will replace all the existing mathematicians. So that is not what happened, right? So what a calculator does is it helps you do all the simple addition, subtraction, multiplication. Now with scientific calculators, like we can do the differential and integrations and those kind of things. It will just make you fast. So it's a similar thing with AI. So if you want to go and build a website, it can be done quickly with AI. So the learning platform that you just saw, like I did it with AI. So like how to use AI and build things fast is what AI is about. Like see, another thing is like you would have seen a lot of reels saying that like this AI tool will build production ready software. So that is not true. So no software that till now like has been very good at building production level tools. So it still needs some guidance from a human. This is where the software development fundamentals will help you. Once you're good with software development, like if once you know all these things, you don't have to waste time writing HTML tags and everything like that. Those things AI will take care of. You don't need to know HTML tags. You don't need to know what is which and what is right. You don't need to know the CSS. The granular things you don't need to worry about. Very basic things like it will be done with the orchestrating it, the planning, the using the database, using this database to make it more efficient. Like those kind of architect level decisions only you would be taking. So this is how it will be, and it's not gonna replace a lot of stuff. So, but the menial tasks, the very basic tasks that you see, like so, if you, for example, if you take, there was a data entry thing jobs that were prevailing earlier. So now it's all vanished. Similarly, very entry level things will be automated. So if you take customer care call agents, it will be gone in a few years. So AI can use voice, AI can use context, AI can do the job far better than the existing agents, right? Excuse. So these kind of things will only be replaced. If you are very good at your skills, you will not be replaced. So you don't have to worry about that.
Can I add on?
Yeah, yes, good.
Yeah. As he said, jobs, manpower, reasoning and all, it won't be replaced, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, exactly.
Yeah. So wherever we are, man is involved, they have to do some reasoning. to make that AI work. So in that part, everything cannot be replaced. As he said, when calculator came in that phase, they were protesting, right? It should not come like that. But anyway, it is given an added advantage for a human. Similarly, when computer came also, they said like it is going to take all the clerical jobs, but it has not done like that. So wherever there is reasoning of a human is there, obviously this all machines or automations, everything will be, it's an add-on for the human to do the job efficiently and quickly also. So no need to worry that the job will be entirely replaced.
Yeah. So basically, it's a shift. Thing. So currently, like a few weeks back, like there was an interview with Facebook. So they changed their interview system. So what they are saying is like they want you to use AI for their interviews. We need not hide using Chat GPT anymore. So what these skills that a company is expecting from an employee is getting changed. So they're seeing like how efficient you're using the AI. So right now we all know like all this front end, like everything like this can be done with AI. So this is a very simple thing. Right now you can't go and say like I built a portfolio website or anything. Like very basic things like right now you can't say like it won't be considered as a project. So like the point that I was mentioning, like Meta was looking for engineers like who use AI very well. So for if you take any PM roles or any software developer roles, they are seeing like how they are writing the prompts, like how efficient they are using these tools and how efficiently they are doing all the tasks with AI. So basically, right now, like you need to learn everything. So that's why like we have all the things. Like software development is still the core. AI agents are still is what makes you get over the edge. So by learning all these things, like you'll be more relevant to the market. Yeah, you know, speaking.
It's like added feather on your hat.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a special skill that we need to know. Though we know all the software development process and whatever he said, Reactor, Node.js, .NET, everything, right? So we need to know the basics. And top of that, we need this AI also. So when the AI built that system, we need to know how to debug also. If there is any issue has happened, we need to know that how to debug it and then fix the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Sai?
Yeah, yes, correct. You're right.
So
It's like learning
no
how to
need
use
to
a
fear.
computer. Yeah, it's like learning how to use a computer. Like even though you know how to write code, you need to build softwares. You can't say that I don't know how to use a computer, right? So it's using AI like is like similar to that right now. It's that much relevant for you.
So no need to worry whether we'll be if we read this, whether we get job or not. I think this is the added advantage where all the organization is looking for.
Yeah. So one more thing, like this is a personal request from me. So everyone starts speaking up in all these sessions. So speaking skills is very important. It's equally important as your technical skills. Even if you know all the technical skills, if you know all the coding, all to you say, if you can't express yourself, you won't be able to clear any of the interviews. In the interviews itself, I saw it for a lot of them, and I gave the same feedback. In this entire session, I just saw three people speaking. Like we were around 30 people who are joined the call, but around three people speaking. This is not what I expected. So make sure you speak up in the upcoming sessions. Ask every doubts you have. Like this is a learning space for you. After 6 months, like most of us will be total strangers. So don't worry about embarrassing yourself in front of them. So ask every silly questions that you have. Ask everything that you need to do. Like get the information. Make yourself grow both professionally and personally, like before you complete this internship.
Sure.
You can say an S to this at least.
Yes,
No
sir.
one? Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, team. Like, if anything else, like, or we can wrap it up.
So I wanted to
Yeah,
add
good side. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ashwin, anything?
yeah, even similar to Sam Altman, Satya Nadella was sharing a point in the podcast, which was interesting as well. So his point of view is that AI will make software developers convert as software architects. So
Exactly.
yes, fundamentals are important. So only when software architects' job is to make sure they design very scalable solutions as well. So once we get good in fundamentals, I think these AI tools will help us
Yeah.
automate the like very tedious coding tasks as well, but at the same time boost our productivity. So I wanted to share this point.
Yeah. Very good point, Ashwin. Thank you for adding that. Yeah. So, team, like Ashwin said, like, see, like, we won't be writing HTML, CSS anymore. Like, we just learn that thing, like, learn how to use it, like, learn everything there. Like, if there are any small issues with that, you should be able to pitch in and fix it. So that is all the knowledge that you need. But you'll be focusing more on the architect level things. To make sure, so again, like, make sure to use this 6 months of internship to your fullest. Learn everything, ask every doubt. So you'll be working with the industry experts there. So ask every doubt. Like, make sure you build some very good projects with very good deadlines. So yeah, that's it, team. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thanks all. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you,
Bye.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.